Hey guys, welcome back to another Reader's Workshop mini lesson with your reading teacher, Mr. Trainer. Now today's mini lesson is all about following the inner conversation. Now the inner conversation is just that little voice that goes on in your head as you're reading. It's your thinking, because nothing is more important than your thinking when you're reading. Now, when we're reading, following the inner conversation is all about tuning into that voice. Now, when I tune into my voice, I hear lots of different things. I hear connections. So I might hear my voice say, hey, this reminds me of. Or when I read new information, I might say, wow, I never knew that before. I might be making predictions and inferences. So I might say, oh, I think this is going to happen. Or, you know what? I predict this is going to happen next. I also might be asking questions. So I might say, I wonder what this is, or I wonder who or where. I also might notice some confusion. So I might say, I don't get this. And also, if I use some fix-up strategies, I might be able to go, now I get it. So it's all about tuning in and following that inner voice as we're reading. Now, when we're following our inner conversation, it's good to leave tracks so that we can go back and revisit the thinking that we went through when we're reading. I'm going to show you how I follow my inner conversation today. Now, I've been reading this great book on cooking. It's on Epic, and this chapter here is about cooking is science. Okay. Cooking a meal is a beautiful thing. It connects us to our past, it tells a story, and it fills our stomachs. And the food we cook can be delicious. But when it comes down to it, what are we doing when we cook? We're conducting science. Yep, science. When we heat up our ingredients, we are causing chemical and physical reactions in them. Quite simply, we're transforming matter from one state to another. That makes you a scientist. And the kitchen, that's your laboratory. Wow. Now, that is great information. You know what? I've never thought of cooking as science. To me, that is really cool. Okay. A really good scrambled egg can taste like magic, especially if it is cooked just right, with some salt and maybe with a slice of buttered toast on the side. But the transformation you see as the egg changes from a liquid to a solid in your pan is not magic. It's science. That's because when you heat up the egg, you are changing its molecular structure. The white in your scrambled turns from clear to white because its molecules are changing the way they connect. Now, I need to stop there because I'm tuning into my inner voice and I can hear, Now, I'm not really getting something there. So, I don't know what molecular structure is. All right, so that is a bit of a confusion that I'm having with this particular part of the text. I'm going to continue reading because that might allow me to fix it up. So why not eat your food raw? After all, there are people who prefer a raw food diet. But cooking your food does more than change its molecular structure. It also makes the food taste good. And there's a bonus. Cooking your food makes it less likely that you'll get sick from a food-borne illness. Now, there's that word again, molecular structure. My reading on fix-up strategy did not clear it up for me, so I still have that confusion. That doesn't mean I should stop reading. That just means that I might do some work later to find out what that means. But cooking food is about a lot more than just adding heat. Cold temperatures, salt, sugar, acids are all tools we use to make our food last longer. Now, that is interesting. I'm interested to know more about how we can use salt, sugar, and acids to make our foods last longer. This chapter introduces some of the chemical reactions and physical transformations that take place in our kitchens. It's science that you can eat. So there you have it. That's me tuning into my inner conversation. I want you to have a go at listening to the inner conversation as you're reading. I want you to use your reader's notebook to leave some tracks of that thinking so that you can revisit your great thinking later on. Enjoy.